Glimpse is 5? Oof. Yeah, alright, 5 is too much. I'm never realistically escaping that. Alright, we'll start here, and then if people for some strange reason aren't conceding when I have a counterspell wall, we might change it around a little. But just like Brawl, people just kind of concede before they worry about, any of that stuff. So, Katara, Waterbending Master. There's no Waterbending cards in here. Has a Baral stat line. 2 mana, 1/3, mono blue. Whenever you cast a spell in your opponent's turn, you get an experience counter. And then when this attacks, you draw that many cards, equal to your experience counter count, and then you discard 1. So the first experience counter is a looting effect, which is just fine. And then any additional is card advantage, and it becomes completely insane. Instead of discounting with Baral and looting with counterspells, you just draw a ton of cards and play the game that Brawl kind of plays anyways. There are some fairly interesting things in here. I wasn't actually expecting that. I was kind of just assuming you're playing a one-for-one Brawl list. But it has the ability to play funny things. In the games in which my opponent hasn't conceded after I drew 26 cards, there's Reliquary Tower, so I don't have to click discard 5 cards or something. And then there's also funny things like Triskaidekaphile, which just wins the game if you hit exactly 13, and there's worlds where you do, right? So it's at the end. No, it's on your upkeep. So it's you need one of the no maximum hand side. Oh well, this is one of them, but it is just one of them. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. It says that on the card. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I just ran it because the 13 thing is funny. So yeah, that's a win condition. Bribery's in here as a win condition. I think Baral might actually play this. It actually costs 4 mana in Baral. It doesn't cost 5, so it might actually play this card. I could also play Medallion. It doesn't discount any of these. It's a turn 2 play, which means I didn't play this. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird to weave in a Medallion turn. But it's another thing to think about. The Witness Protection, Unable to Scream, very likely to want to be in this deck. But we shall see. But a lot of instants, a lot of flash, trying to play the entire game on your opponent's turn. Force Negation, it's literal best. Same with Commandeer, literal best here. Doesn't get much better than a deck like this, so... Yep, the main idea is to just ruin the night of some random 9 to 5 dad who had a good time yesterday for Thanksgiving. So let's do that real quick. Most busted color? Well, I mean, it's just green. I wouldn't call it busted. It's just playing a different format. Ooh, alright, I mean, okay. Green lets you play twice as fast as your opponent. That is a very in-your-face pet companion thing, jeez. Oh, it's like elaborate as well. We could play this first. Nah. My opponent didn't play Llanowar Elves, so now if they have to spend a turn killing this, we're not upset with that. Okay, they didn't do that. Let's play... The right thing to do is probably nothing, but I didn't come here to do that, so... Oh no! Oh no! Okay, my bad. I said yes. Oops. Delve. We did it for Delve. We have Delve cards. That's why I did that. No one saw anything. Another Talisman. Enters Earthbend 2. Sure. Do I... No. Can you return... So what if I What if I did nothing? Right? Yeah, I just did nothing. And then this turn, we start to try to do things? For real? Yeah, Delirium. We discarded a land for Delirium. Yes. Choose one or both. I don't have an incentive to pick up my commander, so... Crucible of Worlds. Well, that gives my opponent a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, sure. So now we draw one every time. A little bit more incentive to actually swing. Curiosity. Well, we're never bopping our opponent, given the situation. So I guess I just get rid of that. And then... pass. Beginning of combat. Alright, so it's hard to do that pre-combat, unfortunately. Traveling Chocobo. Okay. Sure. Can it steal creature lands? No, non-land permanents. Alright, taking 2. Let's bounce the Chocobo, I suppose. I think it's a pretty decent idea to draw, because it gives me a counter, and I draw even more moving forward. No maximum hand size, level 2, draw 2. Always land. I suppose I swing first? Yeah. Yep. Let's get rid of Disruption. Okay. They should actually full block this. Wow, they don't? I'm always trying to kill this. That's interesting. You... and leave up 5. Or do I leave up... I'm going to do this right now. I could have done it next turn for this, but I don't really care about this that much. This is fine. Please swing with the 2/2. Okay, it is. I want to kill their land. No, I don't. What am I talking about? It comes right back. What if I killed this? What if I did nothing? What if I did nothing? What if I did nothing? Well, now there's a lot of problems for my opponent. Let's put a counter on this, and then the rest up here. Still doesn't double block. Wow. Do we have a maximum hand size thing going on? We do. So, what if I... what are we at hand size-wise? 9? So, no Triskaidekaphile. It's my upkeep. Okay, well, I mean, it's not off the table. Oh yeah, Fairy Mastermind. Bloop. Alright, what do you got? I mean, my hand is just so stacked. Black Blade. You know what? Let's just put that on top. Let's just put that on top. Ah, what's our win condition? Someone said. How are we gonna win a game? Someone asked me multiple times. Oh, opponent, you don't want to play against Brawl? With your 5-color Omnath? What's wrong? It's only my second game. Oh. Well, we did it. It took about 5 minutes. I've already ruined a couple 9 to 5 dads Black Friday. But think of all the deals and coupons and stuff they got. That nice shiny new computer you just played Magic Arena on, only to concede immediately. You played it, and if it sticks, you swung games before. Oh, opponent, what happened? Oh no, not again. You know what I should do for my own psychological health is just remove the snooze emote. I should just do that. There, I'm free. It's gone. Neither of these do it, of course. I might even take out Disdainful Stroke. We have basically been playing a legacy format. This doesn't do anything. I'm not even sure why I thought I was doing stuff with that card. Well, where are the counter spells? What actually is this? Why do they have to be on the play? Oh, they didn't play a Mana Rock. Alright, maybe it's not combo. Maybe it is not combo. Yeah, the one that makes a fish token. I can put that in instead. Unsummon is cooler, though. Alright, well, I don't think the game at all is about my commander, but I don't lose this turn, so I can just cast it. Eldrazi. Alright. Confused. But like I said, the game's not about this. Oh look, it's the Mana Rock. No way. Might as well counter that? I guess. Okay. Rather than not take this thing, which might actually be really hard to see. So they might take Make Disappear. They took Unsummon. Alright. They took Unsummon. I'm not taking Unsummon. Can I play land? Can I find a land? Is that possible? Apparently it is possible. If you believe hard enough, you can actually find a land. No shot, you have Reanimate. Whatever, stupid. Magic Damper. Well. Here comes the perfect 5-mana one with perfectly 7 mana. Yep, told you. Must be nice. Let's get rid of curiosity, I guess. Sacking it now is dumb. Okay, opponent realizes that. Here comes the other perfect 5-mana reanimate spell. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, opponent, all you had to do was just wait until you drew another one. That's it. I have no answer to it. You have 7 mana. I don't have a counterspell. You just wait till you find another one. This game is not over. Alright. I'll keep it because of Ponder. Sure, I can shuffle away one of the lands here. Well, this is why... Those are nice. Wait, what do you... Cling to Dust? What is that? Dark Ritual? What's happening? Terminus of Spaghetti? Dark Ritual? It's only 3 mana. Alright. Money has Dark Ritual as the thing. It was Cling to Dust. Okay, never mind. I don't know why they didn't cast it last turn. That's odd. I'm never countering that. You go right ahead. I'm pretty sure the draw-go game is favoring me, and in a mono-black matchup, I'm not going to cast my commander. Actually, I'd say with a high degree of confidence, this is favoring me. Oh, get wrecked. Okay, never mind. Who needs to play their commander? Well, if the logic is one singular bomb is worth it because we're going to draw into it every game when we're drawing a ton of cards, then you've drawn a ton of cards in one. You don't need a giant bomb. I'm going to cast Preordain before Ponder. Especially this early. Both of these are fine. Profs is weird here. Is it weird? What are we up against? Okay, no, there's no profs here. Having after read my opponent's commander. After having. Yeah, it's good to discard, I guess. Can always discard it, that's true. It would be discarded a lot. I suppose the discard makes up for it, because you can just get rid of it when it inevitably does nothing. Alright, commander it is. I think, yep. It's almost played exactly like Azula, where when you untap it with it, you're happy, and when you don't, you're not happy. It's kind of the vibe I've been getting. What is this, Sacred Foundry? So did they make a mistake, or we're just doing something else here? They moused over their land, so I guess they made a mistake. That's what happens when you play goofy-looking arts. Well, now you can't swing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curious Obsession swing doesn't do anything. Alright, we're just staring at each other. Creatures have haste. Legendaries have stuff. Are these legendaries? No. Okay. Well, they didn't swing last turn, so... Let's... bounce... this one? They're kind of the same. Let's ponder. Utter insignificance is nice. Curiosity is a ways out. Maybe I don't even need curiosity effects. I'm starting to think I don't. I'm starting to really think I don't need those. Oh wow, this is actually kind of hard. Huh. Okay, we do nothing. They didn't Do they know if I shuffled or not with Ponder? I don't know if they know that. Okay, now we can start swinging with this. Draw. Let's get rid of you. I could also get rid of Curiosity, honestly. When it does, just take it. I don't know if that's a good idea here. Let's play that and pass. We have one counter spell. Alright, so they probably concede to the Snapcaster. Yeah, they just conceded the Snapcaster. It's just over now. Well, yep, it's just when you untap with your commander, you're in a position like this. It's just your opponent has to kind of make you do that. Or you have to kill it or something. Flare has been a... I mean, this is an uh-oh spaghetti-o button. It hasn't been like a... Or just cancel. I don't know. Oh, man. You know what? I'm gonna keep... No. I gotta... Oh, I gotta do the right thing here. I don't have a choice. I gotta do the right thing. Unlucky Witness. Okay. Lightning Bolt. Thing. Riveteers. So... we play this tapped. A benefit of playing that tapped is my opponent doesn't know that I'd have protection spell. Or they know less because of that. Well, that's really good. I'm kind of surprised it took this long for me to see that. Do you cast Lightning Bolt anyways? Do you? Well, we'll find out. They probably do. They probably don't even think about it. They probably do. And maybe it depends if this card is a land or not. My opponent actually kept a 2-land hand, so... Opponent finds it anyways. Amazing. Yep. Sounds about right. Alright, do we run into lands the whole game? Oh, we do, of course. What does this do? It's a blood token, okay. There's a blood artist and something. I couldn't remember the other thing it did. Why didn't they swing with the... Oh, right, it's a 1/1. Okay, well, I am losing. So, let's cast this. Decline. Land, pass. Alright, well. My opponent literally can't stop drawing lands. I drew all the lands I needed. We cast this here. And we loot away Force of Negation? Oh, these are kind of the same, so I guess I get rid of this one. And I think I'm doing nothing. Yeah, there's no real big reason to play Force of... Ponder, I mean. I want to cast these 2 cards, I think. Are we getting rid of the land? What's this? Birds of Paradise. Isn't that just a land for Corvold? Oh, alright. You got it. They found a normal land. Funeral Room. Creature you control dies. Each opponent loses stuff with things. It's the last card in their hand, so Force of Negation it shall be. And I will trade with their 3/2, because I'm losing that damage race. It's like a funny removal spell. We will ponder before we swing. I like this one. So decline. And then it can find either that top card or something else. Flare is just what I want. We can put an extra counter on the Gemstone Cavern. World first. Literal world first. I draw steaming hot nothing. Let's play nothing. They drew another land. Alright. Well, it had the very ideal sequence of lands off the top. There's only one thing to do here, opponent. You're not doing it. Yep, there you go. They didn't even wait. They didn't even wait to see. They should have waited to see. I mean, they didn't wait even half a second. I could have had nothing. I could have literally had nothing. That is so funny. Alright, get wrecked. Spooky. Those two are nice. I don't really like 3 steps too much here. Probably get rid of that with Preordain? We'll see. It just depends what my opponent does here. Maybe I just draw it. I don't know. I could just draw all 3 cards. Could just do that. I think I'm going to, because they didn't lead with Delighted Halfling or something. Birds of Paradise. They led with this, which is, as we've learned, very easy to just sort of play around this the whole game. This can be crude now. So, let's do nothing. Because I said so, right? Yeah. Okay. If they want to swing with this, it is damage. It's doing what they want. But that is me being able to swing back, potentially. Yeah, it's funny in a deck like this where Esper Sentinel is against every card in my deck, and I feel like I'm not really concerned with it. I'm definitely not concerned with that thing. Mother of Runes. That I do not like. Right? How much do I not like this? Why does this matter? Oh, it does matter. Of course it matters. Yeah, I have to deal with this. Do we swing with Smuggler's Copter? Nope. It would let me loot, so it's a back and forth. I think my opponent is correct. And I should just pass? I didn't draw a land. I did not draw a land. Yeah, alright. This is where Esper Sentinel actually did do something on that turn cycle, to be fair. Don't care about that. Selfless Spirit. That is a 2-1. It flies. Alright. I'll put it back on top. They can swing with it now. Nope, still. Let's, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So... Alright. Yeah, the Esper Sentinel's racking up the value slowly. It's causing me to slightly fall behind. There's no more fighting over this. I don't have a long-term solution to this, unfortunately. Still no swinging with the Smuggler's Copter is just crazy. Yeah, so we do this, we pay 1. Negate? This is pretty cool. I think that's worth it. It's like another thing I can get out there and get going. I can make this a 2/4 block sack. Ah. You know what? What if I did do that? Yeah, this is a good turn to do this. Okay. I like this. Yep. Draw. Get rid of island. What's in my graveyard? Okay, so we let them go to the thing. Okay, this just loots. They don't have a card in their hand, so they can't... I think it's always right to loot, regardless. And then we do this. And then we let damage go through. And this should kill the smuggler's copter, because it is a... Wait, why can't I... Yeah, it should... It has 2 damage on it and becomes a 1/1. Alright, that worked out as good as it did. What is the draw? The draw is an answer, but it's not a very good answer. It's a tempo answer. I would have probably waited. No, you shouldn't wait. You should not wait. You have no cards. You need to wait. I mean, you need to not wait. I promise I can say words. Let's just replay it. And pass. Yeah. In the off chance somehow Force Spike actually does something here. Astrologian's Planosphere. Those are a lot of big words. You know what? I should have swung before I paid mana. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, I'm just drawing 4 cards. It's just insane at this point. We drew it. We drew it. Do I play it? No, we wait. It doesn't do anything right now. 4, 8. Elidarmary's something. Wait, what does this do? Creature spells off the top. I will let them get a card off of the Esper Sentinel, but I don't want them to cast that. You can spree out a graveyard, right? I don't know if I've ever done this. Okay, you can. I got a little paranoid for a second there. This is worth dealing with. Yeah, alright. I was wrong about Esper Sentinel this game. My respect for it's been very, very low lately. But here it is, kind of doing stuff. This is a good time to do it, you know. They're not doing stuff at instant speed trying to get adorable, which is a good idea. I still think they might have missed one attack with their Smuggler's Copter this game. So they can now kill my commander in combat. I feel as though that doesn't change what my commander is doing, which is drawing 6 cards. Oh, I guess I can swing with this too. No, they both drew 3. Alright, we're at 12 cards. Discard a land. And... I want to win with this card. It has to be exactly 13? It's so hard. It's not impossible, though. Alright? I don't want to hear it. I need to win with this card. Please. Please. I'm so close. No! 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 Oh. We had, what, 9 cards? We're going back... we're going to 10. We're swinging up to 16. Discard down to 15, play 2, or no, play 3 cards. No. Play 2 down to 13, and then don't cast anything else, and we have it. And then it just got the same text box as Necrobloom, because it just got Feel the Dead. Oh my goodness. Play patterns. Wow. Fun. Well, your 5-mana commander that's usually really bad is great when you always have it on turn 3. I'll say that for certain. Alright, they just somehow didn't have it. Actually amazing. What's the... Yeah, whatever the buyback for 3 mana Scry 3 is. Scry 3 buyback. Why is every game like this? What is going on? Can I have a normal game? That'd be great. Oh my goodness, please. Give me a normal game of Magic the Gathering. Sure, I can just unsummon that. May have to swing with the wolf. There's no real reason to play Arcane Flight. This is kind of interesting. Is it interesting enough, though? I don't think it is, yeah. Tragic. Yeah, it just isn't. Let's get rid of... Well, we can get rid of Cavern, obviously. Alright, well... Yeah, Mystic Speculation, that's it. I have an original foil of it, and I love it. I think Sprout Swarm takes the cake, though. Just bar none. Let's remand, because that's what I said I want it to do. So now we're on a 2-turn window to make 8/8s, or just make one every other turn, effectively. Which I think is somewhat interesting here. We shall see. I'd be a bit surprised if this card did anything super significant, though. Oh, again, I should have waited till I drew to decide what I was going to do. Let's get rid of Aqueous Form? Maybe Arcane Flight? I don't know. They're kind of the same. Let's get rid of Wash Away? No. Force Spike. Yeah. Yeah, Wizard class is okay if you invest 6,000 mana into it. That resolves. Yeah, I mean, there's little I can do when you have the literal best card in your deck. There's really no reason to counter that. And there's nothing I can draw, I don't think, to this, to an end to deal with this. Oh my sweet goodness. I lied. What a draw. Get totally wrecked. What a draw. That was nuts. Oh my goodness. Well, one good draw deserves another. We're making 8/8s. It's actually happening. Unbelievable. Sure. There is no way to stop that from dying. So be it. Let's play this. And then pass. I have 10 cards. Notably not 13. There is no answering that, sure. Can you put it on the same land? If you can, they might want to do that. Well, they didn't do it, but might have been smart. Get wrecked. Oh my goodness, get wrecked. I just beat this. Oh, and this, excuse me, yeah. I beat this into this. This is probably the hardest thing to beat for a deck like this. Full stop. I can't believe I just beat that. There's that white spell that gives you a token equal to everything it blew up or something. The art looks like it's some kind of explosive living weapon, narratively. But I guess it's not objectively narrative weapon. This is the indestructible one. I'm on the play, so maybe I can actually play the game. Yeah, sure, we have Ponder. Am I pondering turn 1? 1, 2, 3. No, I don't think I am. I'm not looking for anything, so you don't just burn these for the sake of it. At least I don't. I disagree with that idea for a multitude of reasons. Boro Signet. I like it. Alright, we're in there. There's no way you don't windmill slam Tajik. I refuse to believe. You don't windmill slam the card. You didn't windmill slam it. Ugh. Opponent. Come on. Really? Actually toxic. Oh, it's because you just had a better card. My bad. Yep. So... how do I beat this? I don't know. No, no, and no. So that's not how I beat it. No. That's not how I beat it either. I guess I could swing with this, right? No, that's dumb. That's dumb. What if I... no, that's also dumb. Alright, well, we're losing. We're now losing. Okay, interesting tap sequence. No white mana anymore. Probably doesn't matter. They do, in fact, do that, which gives me this window. Okay, like to see that. Oh, that's exactly what we were looking for. We swing all out, correct? Land, please? No such luck. Let's get rid of... Shore up? Everything is good here. Tragic. I'm going to risk it and just assume I don't need that card specifically. And still interested in a land. No. At this point, no. Now do we cast Tajik? I know you want to. I know you want to. Come on. Get it in there. Wait, what? Do I even care about this? Let's think about this for a second. Why do I care about this? Let's find out if we care. Let's find out if we care. Let's cast this. Alright, I'll take that. Proliferate. Oh yeah, we get to proliferate the token. Oh my goodness. The counter, I mean. Alright, I care enough. My opponent's convinced me to care enough. Because they might actually concede to it. Oh, they control the Shadow Spear. They control the Shadow Spear. I could not have done this. This doesn't work. It does tempo them. Oh, they didn't activate it. Oh. Oh no. Opponent. Oh no. Actual tragedy. They could have activated it, right? Permanence your opponents could... yeah, they could have. Oh no. What a tragedy. Alright, well, let's exploit the tragedy. And swing violently. Let's get rid of land. I already played one. Peek the hand before the bribery? No, I can't do that. Do I cast bribery? Hold on. This is a problem, right? Eaten by piranhas? Yeah, let's, I will let them draw. And then I'll peek. Take a peek ski poo here. Kind of wish it didn't snap resolve all that, because I wasn't done doing things. Okay, so we can actually wait till combat. We can wait till combat now. Enduring thing. Yep. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. No. Okay, let's do that. I will probably cast Fairy Mastermind and block the Aspirant, because it's just damage. They do swing with it. Love to see it. Man. All of this without Tajik that's pretty commendable. Not gonna lie. They're losing to a whole bunch of damage that is running away with the game. I mean, they can block my commander now, but it literally drew me 7 cards, so I don't think it's going to amount to anything. And they also die to this in 2 attacks. Opponent agrees. Opponent agrees. Probably can't not block this. And it's probably completely incorrect to cast Bribery, so I shouldn't. But I really just don't care. Oh! It's dumb. Oh, I guess Flare does it too. Do I... I think I Gemstone and get rid of Fly. I cannot imagine Fly has any merit at all in this game. I'm not convinced it does, at least. His argument for kind of the land as well, I don't know. Yep, that's what we came here to do. What did I actually exile? No, I can't remember. Okay. I couldn't even remember. Couldn't even remember. Opponent acting like there's something else to do here. There you go. Okay. No, I'm not playing this. Yep, look at that. I dealt with their ramp spells, so now they'll just cast more ramp spells instead of playing a 6-drop. And if we draw a land, we do have a pretty good card here, honestly. I think Bribery is at its best against Rofellos, if I had to guess. But I do have to play a land, find a land. This is a reason why I didn't want to discard a land. Also, again, I don't think Fly matters. I mean, this also didn't matter. I would have got rid of this too. Okay, they did that before playing a land. I don't know why. I also don't know why they're playing Reliquary Tower. That's very strange. Very strange. What is this doing? It's not even a forest. What are you doing? Brawler? Okay. Well, there's nothing to bounce with this, so I guess I'll just floop it in there. We could just wait. We could just wait and just chill. No, chilling is done. I don't want to chill. I want to cast cards. We're not here to take our time with things. I'll get rid of that. We're also actually just killing them in the sky here. Both of these are fine. There's merit in the... I guess I'll take the land because I don't need the counterspell, but there is merit in the counterspell because of the Brawler. But I don't think the Brawler matters anymore. But it is out of hand, so Wash Away is free. I'd rather just vomit my land into play. Let's counter that card. I don't like that card. I don't like that one. I don't know why they didn't cast the Brawler first, though. That doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. The Brawler has reach? Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, Bribery, you need to scam my opponent 6 ways to Sunday real quick. How do you have no Eldrazi? Alright, whatever. Whatever. So, it's 3. View battlefield, so it would be 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I die. So, Kogla kills this. Galta doesn't do it. Primeval Titan would be great. How do you have no Eldrazi? This is just so toxic. So toxic. Alright. Unyieldingly toxic. Okay. I mean, why not? It only makes sense. That's in your hand, yeah. It only makes sense. I mean, what else would I expect in your hand, right? Let's be real. I don't think there's any winning this game anymore. Wait, they don't even have any colorless cards for this. There's just no colorless cards in my opponent's deck. I just looked at it. They're just, like, in here. Oh, jeez. It's gonna be one of those games. Do I move this? Does it matter? Nothing matters. There's no hope. Whatever. If my opponent generated 3 colorless right here, I would just uninstall the game. Full stop. I mean, I'm dead in 2 turns here. I would genuinely swing with everything. Does Ujin even matter? Okay, I guess I think it does, sure. But I'm just sending it all in, probably. What is Consult even doing? Nothing. Consider? Because none of these do anything? It would literally be a Christmas miracle if I somehow won this. I don't think we live in that time era, though. Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's nothing for Ujin to exile, but it's still drawing 2 cards a turn and putting them back up to their starting life total. I guess swinging with the 2/2 was wrong. As it panned out, it was incorrect, I guess. Start with Consider? Well, that's not it. Okay. Well, one good draw deserves another. I can trade with the Brawler now. Am I going to win this? It's exactly at 3. Oh, but I can't swing. Yes, I can. I have to swing. I literally have to swing. There's no not swinging. Yep. World first Mox Amber. Love to see you. Land. Here. Have the mana to do this. I hope. Pass. Wait, no. Let him draw. Let's take a gander. Okay. Can't be countered. So, steal. No, 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 no. Yes. We go to 1. Okay. Can't be countered, sure. Wait, why do we say of course they have Brawler? Why do I care about this? This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Of all the things they could have, this is one of them I would love to see. I think I blocked this. So I think I have to swing with my commander. Block that. I don't have to, but it is so many cards that if I don't get there because I did that, then congratulations, you win, opponent. But there's no way I don't draw 9 cards. I just refuse to believe I don't find anything. Okay, so we get rid of that. Yep, damage goes through. Brainstorm, then ponder. I mean, the experience counters are irrelevant. Again, so are these perpetuals. Draw, put these 2 back. And I would like to ponder now. Oh, that's good, but the other 2 are bad, so shuffle. And then discard. Okay. Paths will pick up my thing. Yeah, this Brawler doesn't matter. I don't know why we're concerned about the stats. It's giving. That doesn't matter. I can just bounce this so I don't go to 1. I guess. Yes! Oh! Bribery too strong. No Eldrazi, though. Oh, man. Yeah, it's always right to draw 9. I would have to draw unreasonably bad to have that not work out there. I have to draw unreasonably bad. Alright, let's talk about the deck. So, it does play a lot like Baral, but it doesn't play one-to-one like Brawl. You can play some funny, goofy things. Who doesn't like drawing 26 cards? You do draw more than Brawl, but if anyone's ever played against Brawl, that doesn't matter, right? That's not what Brawl cares about, really. It does have a built-in loot system anyways, so it's got, like, treasure cruise and whatnot. But, again, there's differences here. You don't need 25 experience counters. Honestly, you don't need 5. You kind of just need 2. You can... If you just have 1, you're basically Baral, because you just loot. And any more than 1, you're just vomiting value. You're just drowning your opponent in cards extremely fast, unless they deal with this. So, it is a must-answer threat on turn 2, just like sometimes Brawl is. Brawl does a pretty good job at still winning without it. Azusa, not Azusa, I keep calling every commander Azusa right now. It's really bad. Tifa is a must-answer 2-mana threat, right? I didn't actually start with Mox Amber. I forgot it existed. You should absolutely play Mox Amber in any commander that costs 1 or 2. Honestly, sometimes even 3. Sometimes more, but definitely 1 and 2. I don't think I needed this, but at least it's a land. It obviously works with this. If you have 25 cards and then suddenly you now have way more than 25, you just quadruple. But this costs 7. It's not realistic. In fact, I would say it's almost completely and utterly impossible to cast a 7-mana sorcery in a deck like this. It just doesn't seem like it's a good idea. Baral could amass 7 cards in hand, cast this at 6 mana, and then cast 4 mana extra turn effects. We're not doing that. We don't have the discount. I did end up adding Medallion, though. You could cast Baral in here. I didn't put Baral in here, but it could go in here. It could go right in here. We had a game where Bribery actually didn't win. It was a game I casted and then lost, so it finally happened. I will say I've seen more... Actually, I've seen... Almost every time I've cast Brawl, I've been surprised at the lack of immediate game-ending nuclear bombs. I'm actually a little surprised about that. It puts it more into perspective, if I guess, for me. Like, in EDH, you have more opponents to target, right? And you're like, all right, I know your deck it's going to have something. Maybe they don't, but you will. Here, you're just at the mercy of your opponent. One opponent, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but again, the sample size that I have, it's only lost one and won all the others. So, still probably really good, you know? I would say it's a mythic quality investment. I believe these are all mythics for some stupid reason. So yeah, this is worth an investment to me. I would say so. Commandeer in a deck like this is amazing. Sometimes it was kind of surprising. Like, I'd get caught realizing I actually don't have limitless hand size. Like, I draw 10 and I have 15 cards and I'm like, all right, pass the turn. Oh shoot, I have to discard down to 7. Like, sometimes it caught me because there were quite a few games where I had one of my no max hand size cards and it felt, easier. It's just less to think about because you don't have to think about discarding anything. If you have 7 cards and you're passing, you're just winning, right? You don't need 15. Flipping Tamiyo, the 1-mana Tamiyo, and ultimating it and drawing half your deck that's something, but drawing like 15 cards as opposed to drawing 15 and discarding 7, it's kind of the same. Like, if Tamiyo said you have to discard down to like 10, or your new max hand size is 10, then Tamiyo's still just basically winning every game that it ultimates. The discarding down is whatever. But I will say, Treasure Cruise and whatnot, it was kind of hard to consistently cast them. I guess on the topic of casting anything that costs more than 5, it just doesn't seem realistic to me at all. It's not really what this deck is trying to do. I don't think it's what this commander's ever interested in, is casting giant explosive things. I guess maybe you could play 1 or 2 X spells, so it's modular and you can choose at whatever point. I don't know, but still. I had taken out Ponder and Preordain because they're not instants for a second, but I put them back in because I think every blue deck ever should run these. They're not instant speed. There's just... These let you keep more hands than if this was in your hand as opposed to not being in your hand, it changes if you mulligan or not. So you see less mulligans to 6. You get a free 7, which maybe at this point we shouldn't even get that anymore, but we still get a free 7 mulligans. So I don't actually expect that to stick around forever. Maybe for the person on the draw, but the person on the play getting one is starting to get a little ridiculous because it just lets you find a really good hand with like something like the Lighted Halfling or Utopia Sprawl Internal Exploration at this point, actually. Seeing a new 7 is kind of insane for the person on the play now. So maybe it could stay for the draw, but let's not get sidetracked here. Ponder Preordain lets you keep more hands on average. You can keep 1 land hands with Ponder. I would probably do that, especially on the draw. Maybe on the play it's a little different, but the point is they're just really good. They're almost never bad. Almost never bad. Brainstorm in mono-colored stuff, well, the only way to be mono-colored with Brainstorm is blue, because it's blue. So in mono-blue, there's not a ton of shuffle effects, and if we just naturally draw the cards it finds, especially with something like this, it feels kind of bad. But it still helps you against stuff like Thoughtseize, and it still is technically a cantrip. It does technically draw 1 card, right? You draw 3, put 2 back. So if you are Brainstorm locked, sometimes that's just fine, right? I mean, you just picked a better hand for the current situation, and then in a few turns you find those other cards that might matter. If you needed a land, there you go. Being brainstorm locked isn't the end of the world, but it's obviously not where most people put brainstorm in their head. They cast it and then they don't shuffle. They feel like it didn't do anything. It's like, that's not quite the case. That's not quite the case. I will say people do cast brainstorm whenever they have the mana to cast it, and that's just wrong completely. I see that way too often. Not necessarily with these two, but there are times where I just don't cast Ponder because I'm not A, looking for anything specific, like a land or whatever, and B, just, well, if I don't have the mana to cast it, then obviously you don't cast it because you need to leave up counterspells. But yeah, you don't have to cast these just because they're glowing in your hand and you have an untapped blue source. You just don't have to do that. For value lands, I don't like Fountain Port. I don't like Mirrex. I don't like even really Mutavault. It just doesn't really feel great. Mystic Sanctuary never did anything a single game. I don't have a ton of fetch lands for it. If it's my second or third land drop, it feels awful. It feels like really bad. Obviously, if it's your fourth onwards, it's fine. Your first one, it's honestly kind of fine. Most of the times, I don't really feel like I need a 1 mana card on turn 1 or whatever. But it never did anything. Not once. It just didn't. So I don't know. You really just don't need it. You don't need it. But it feels free enough to just play it for that one game you get every 35 to 55 games where it might do something. It might be worth it. Just put it in for free. I don't know. I do like Commandeer and Mono Blue. But yeah, this is just lightning bolting you for an island. Something to think about, right? That just because this is an MDFC doesn't mean it's free. You do take 3 damage when you play it untapped. Sometimes there's Winter Moons. I guess sometimes there's also Blood Moons and stuff. You won't really care about Flood Moon. But you're never casting this, and I say that with a great deal of confidence. You're not casting a 7-mana card in this commander. It's even at instant speed, it's very, very unlikely to happen. So this is obviously not an instant. I just don't like this card. It does have the no max hand size thing on it, which is cool for my commander. If I draw 7 or something, or swing first and then draw like 14, that's great. But you have to pass the turn, and if the only thing you got really going on is a 1/3 in play, and you have to leave up permission, and you just didn't, could be a problem. Even if you have 25 cards in your hand, that doesn't translate to a win. You have a lot of cards, but you don't have Omniscience. You've displayed 7 mana at least, maybe, well, guaranteed at that point to go into 8 mana the next turn, because you drew so many cards, let's say. You have 8 mana to play with. Your commander is either alive or dead. Might not even matter at that point because you have so many cards in your hand. And it was probably only a 1/3, so it wasn't like winning. But you do kind of need to leave your mana up. Just casting things at sorcery speed to catch back up because you gave your opponent a turn doesn't feel great. But who knows? It's probably fine. It's probably fine when it happens. It never happened. I never had the chance to have it happen. But it's probably okay. Most of the time, it's going to lightning bolt you, though, and that's all it's going to do. For win conditions, like, it's the same thing. Every time I play a deck like this, I get questions about, like, how do you actually win? Well, I mean, I won with this more than most Avatar commanders so far today. Like, I don't know how many wins we got, like 13, 15 or whatever. Like, I won a lot with this. It's just, you don't need, like, you don't need Teferi. You don't need, I don't know, Hullbreaker Horror? Whatever that 6-mana flash nuclear bomb is that I can't remember off the top of my head. Jink-A-Taxis. You don't need Hullbreaker Horror. You don't need Shark Typhoon. You don't need Teferi. You don't need Gear Hulk. This is actually pretty solid. Kind of. I actually kind of like this card. There's a fair amount of fetch lands looming around. I did keep in Stifle, so I kind of like this. They don't really play too well with each other, to be honest, because they can't make them shuffle, but that's irrelevant. And this can technically be cast for 1,000,000 mana if it gets to that point. So this is probably reasonable, right? There's someone that would probably scream at any Katara player, or even Brawl at this point, that would just always play this card. But I didn't. I guess I can slide it in for the deck upload, though. But yeah, you don't need a bomb to win the game with this. This is just not what this is about. And once you're at a point where you've displayed a wall of permission and you've bounced or dealt with the board, so there's zero pressure going on, your opponent has to get something through, and you're drawing 3 cards a turn at this point, only to draw more and more. Your opponent's just going to lose to 1 damage a turn, right? That's a thing you can genuinely do. There was a time where Baral really only had like Mutavault and 1 damage on Baral, kinda, to kill their opponent. Sometimes it was like a Mirrex or whatever that other one was. Fountain Port, I think, is too new for this time era that I'm talking about. But yeah, like Baral initially didn't have any way to quote-unquote close the game out quickly. It's just not relevant. You don't need to worry about those cards. All those cards do is make the rest of the game being played slightly worse for you, because you now have this thing in your hand that's dead until you're in a window where it's actually castable. The upside is both this and Baral can actually just discard it, right? Usually, I don't want it. It's gone. And, if it was so important that you cannot discard it because you need it to win at some point, then it feels extra bad. But I wouldn't say that would be the case with something like Hullbreaker Horror or whatever, Jinkataxius. You could just discard them and still win. It's just not relevant. But yeah, really good commander. Mono blue is mono blue, right? I mean, there's a lot of Baral overlap, but there's a lot of cool things. Triskaidekaphile is never going to trigger for you, but it has the no max hand size text on it. It came up twice where I was probably going to win with the text box if my opponent didn't concede. So there were like 2 games where I was actually going to win with this. Kind of funny, but once you have 13 cards in your hand, you've probably already won the game, right? You don't need the funny text on this. There's actually a lot of times you just go way over. You're at like 23 cards by the time this is in play, and you've drawn enough to reasonably ever get to 13. You've, at that point, probably went all the way to 20 or 25 or whatever, and it's just getting harder and harder to actually get to 13 because you just are drawing too many cards. But that's fine, right? No max hand size is the main idea with this. It didn't come up too often that having more than 7 cards mattered. Actually, I don't think it really ever came up that having more than 7 cards in passing in my opponent's turn ever really did anything. But it's still kind of adorable, I suppose, to do it. Just play the Reliquary Tower. It's free enough. Why not? It is funny. Unfortunately, it gives you the counters before combat, which is really unfortunate because this draws so much and then it doesn't see this. So that sucks. I didn't notice that, but the top 2 parts are fine. It replaces itself and then it gives you the no max hand size thing. But again, the no max hand size thing is just a fun thing to do. It doesn't necessarily help you win, in my opinion at least. And it does kind of make some delve things worse. It, I guess, also in a way makes Snapcaster worse in a funny way, I suppose. So I don't know, but the no max hand size cards are not really all that relevant, honestly. They're really just not. The curiosity effects, like not dive down, Curious Obsession and Curiosity, just don't matter, because if you're getting in there over and over, you're probably drawing enough cards where Curiosity having to replace itself because it has to draw a card first, otherwise it didn't draw any cards, it breaks even on the first card draw, so it has to basically happen more than once. And this is not inherently evasive. You have to give it evasion or just keep removing things that could block it to have Curiosity actually draw. And this just draws so much that you don't want those in there anyways. Curious Obsession also demands you keep swinging or it goes away forever. Fly is alright because evasion, right? The evasive ones still seem okay. I will say there were plenty of games where I didn't really need any of this kind of effect to safely swing. So maybe I could take one out or something. But the protection spells were pretty good. I played this on turn 2 more than I probably should have. Just taking risks there. But you can probably... There's some idea of playing this always on turn 3 unless you have Mox Amber. And we're just down to the... we're just playing the blue Tifa idea where like we only cast it if we have floating mana. And then play 26 protection spells. And that's fine. Especially how they give you an experience counter. That's actually just fine. The proliferate cards give you 2 if you cast them on your opponent's turn, which is also nice. But, yeah. So I might have too many of this effect in here. One can argue. You could probably just shave one, honestly. Just make room for this thing. The owl. Oh, excuse me. The bird spirit. The bird spirit. But yeah, really cool commander. I like it. I like this kind of deck when I'm playing it. I don't like playing against it. Though it is at least not mono green. You know, it's not playing Llanowar Elves turn 1 all the time. I'm just so fried of seeing all the green 1-drops soloing everything. Exploration has just been a complete nightmare. I don't know how many times I've genuinely beaten a turn 1 exploration with any strategy other than my own exploration. So I really don't know. I just think that card is becoming more and more of an issue, especially as more and more people actually put it in their deck. It's just a big deal. It's definitely better than Burgeoning. I thought they were about the same, but I think I'm coming around that Exploration is a step above Burgeoning. I think Burgeoning is still pretty egregious. It's still egregious, but Exploration is exceptionally egregious. Yeah, I mean, other than the can't-be-countered Cavern Delighted Halfling stuff, the counter package is probably always going to be good. There's probably always going to be a spot for that. There's definitely a way to put more counters in here than I was running. But unlike Baral, I think it's Island... Unlike Brawl, you don't necessarily need a ton of card draw because your commander does it. So they do play differently. These are different decks. It would be kind of cool to see them play against each other just to see what happens. I don't know. I don't know who gets the edge. Maybe they just stare at each other until someone snoozes out. I don't I don't know, but you don't need a card like this, where Baral loves this card. This one doesn't really care about it. But huge fan of this commander. I really like what it's doing. I mean, I like the strategy, so, you know, take that for what you will. But, yeah, Sink into Stupor could have been in... Actually, full stop could just be in here instead of an island. I forgot that one existed. I usually do forget this exists. I don't know why. Some cards just aren't... They go into the hippocampus, right? The little walnut thing in your brain, short-term memory. And then I go to bed, and I wake up, and it's not put into greater data storage. It's not put into long-term memory that some cards in this game exist. This is one of them. I don't know what it is. I just have this like a void somewhere in my Magic the Gathering fundamentals. The Pock is the green one. Mythweaver Pock, of all the cards, for some reason, I just forget it exists. I build a deck, and then poof, it's not in the deck when I'm done. Looking at the intro, I'm like, wait a minute. Where's Pock? It just happens. I don't know. Too hard to remember them all? Yeah. I mean, brain's filling up with so many cards. It's been... Oh my goodness. It's been decades. Yeah. Playing Magic for so long. Yeah, it's just... The encyclopedia is only going so far. But hey, you know, a healthy exercise and recollection and memory exercise is always good. Alright, I'm rambling. Get out of here. GG's.